Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, I'm trying to build it with my community. InspiredByDreams.shop is the place to go. Okay, today's episode, this is a very ongoing conversation about just single parenting versus parenting with two parents. Now, we all know sometimes situations don't work out the way you want to, but it's all about the results of the kid. Are these kids being affected by single parented homes? And are there benefits to it, or are there just, it's not a go? Because now we're seeing that the rates are going sky high when it comes to single family homes, just because the relationships don't seem to last. So you guys let me know in this conversation what do you think about it, and leave your comments down below and I'll get back to you. And if you want to speak to me on my live, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 a.m. Let's get it.
Mickey made it. Mickey made it. What you made, Mickey?
Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law.
You know what I realized is incredibly dangerous about single parenting? And even if you had both parents, if your father or your mom were like complicit because they were silent, you practically had a single parent because only one parent's voice mattered. You know why that's so dangerous? It's because there's no accountability. There's no one that comes around and be like, hey, not too much on the kid, or like, hey, that wasn't really reasonable, or that wasn't right, or you could have done that differently. There's no one there to let them know that you might have up on that one, you might have dropped the ball there. I don't quite agree with this. So we can't do it because I was just thinking about, like, what if I would have spoke up to my mom and really took a stand for myself and was like, what kind of human being are you? What kind of mom are you? You have no feelings. You're cold-hearted. I would have never heard the end of that, because at the end of the day, she had so many years establishing herself as an authority that me speaking up would not mean anything. It would not cause her to have a deep moment of reflection, because parents, whether they'll ever admit this or not, they have a superiority complex, okay? You are the child, you are always beneath me, what I say goes type of thing. So naturally, if you try to challenge someone that thinks that they're above you, they're gonna be like, aha, swats the fly, type thing. And it sucks because, if you had a dad around and they just didn't do a good job of really standing in the gap for you and being like, hey, no, I think you need to go, redo that. Like, I think what you said to her was too harsh. Or on the flip side, if your dad was the more prominent, more, disciplinarian kind of figure, and your mom never took a stand for you and he took it fucking far, oh my God, you just end up like this voiceless person that feels like your voice doesn't matter. And then this obviously sets the tone for you to receive treatment you absolutely do not deserve to receive as an adult. And it's just so crazy. It just makes me realize, how dangerous single parenting is and can be if you don't have a network of people that can hold you accountable, that you really admire, that you really trust. Will make sure you're at your best. Make sure you're always delivering your very best version of yourself. I absolutely love the friends that I have because they hold me accountable. They're not about to just let me make poor decisions, say things that, don't align with the person I'm trying to be. They hold me accountable to that. I just can't imagine, though, what it looks like to not have those kind of friends in my life, because I'll just continue to do the BS that I do and not ever improve as a person. And it just all made me think, like, oh my God, this is why we had the type of parents we had. Like, who held them accountable? Especially us that grew up in single mother households. Like, who could come for her when she feels like, I'm doing everything in this bitch, respect me? It's like, respectfully, you still suck. But where do you feel like you have the grounds to say that when you're so dependent on that person? I don't know. I just hope this makes someone have one of those, oh my God, it makes sense. And I hope it inspires you to seek the kind of partnership where you'll always be your best self. Especially if you already have kids, make sure you have people around you, whether you're in a partnership or not. Make sure you have people around you that you don't mind discussing the things that you're going through, especially if like in your parenting relationship, so that they can give you their honest feedback, like, yeah, you know, what about this, what about that, because it can't just be you. It can't just be you, because in that echo chamber, you're never getting anything that makes you like don't get me wrong, self-reflection can go a long way, but we need the accountability of others around us. So I don't know, just food for thought. Just wanted to rant about that on my way to the gym.
I don't think sis came on social media for y'all to make her feel less than already what she feels. Stop asking what happened and ask how can we help.
This is not coming from a place of judgment. This is coming from a place of learned experience. I had my first child at 19 years old. My mother and my father cut me off. Not permanently, but what they wanted to do was make sure that I knew how hard it was going to be to have a baby. There was no going out on the weekends. There were no hanging out with my friends. There was none of that. I had to set my schedule based on what daycare would allow me to do. There was no fun time. I got a baby. It wasn't until my son hit about a year old that my mother and father both disclosed to me that they did that so that I would know having children was not a game. We want you to know how hard it is. There are a lot of young women out here that are having kids that get a lot of assistance, which they need, but because they are not given the education and the preventative measures to make sure that it doesn't happen again, they end up with 4 children under 4. See, social media, especially TikTok, has made it very easy to glamorize single parent or single motherhood. Social media has made it very easy to talk about a baby by a random man in Atlanta and gain millions of followers and be able to monetize that. So now having the baby ain't that big of a deal. So in cases like this, I'm all for helping because the babies are already here. However, we need to also educate so you don't have 6 babies under 6. And that's the part that is missing. See, I'm a firm believer that we need to teach people how to fish instead of just giving them fish. In the cases where you have young single moms, I wish that I could get them to listen to the OGs like us, like me. Because what I want to do is teach you how to never be in this situation again while I am teaching you how to fish, how to make it on your own while I am giving you fish. Because you got to eat right now. But a lot of these young women don't want to hear it. They want to believe what they see on social media. The OGs are like, girl, that ain't none of my business. I'm going to stay out of it. It ain't my job to help. And then the only people that end up suffering long term is the kids. Ain't nobody worried about them kids. Everybody is worried about being all in her business. Nobody is thinking about helping her educate herself, get trained, learn a skill so she can take care of them 4 kids. Y'all are going to give her some money, send her some stuff to a P.O. box, and when the next trending topic hit, all of y'all's assistance is going to go out the door and she's going to end up right back in the same spot. So no, we don't need to help temporarily. We need to set some things in place for permanent change and for permanent help, like education, like a trade. I would love to teach her how to do hair, baby, because that's something you can do in the hotel room with your kids. But a lot of y'all ain't gonna really invest that type of energy. Y'all just like to talk for social media.
You're teaching your child by having a 2-parent household how to love, how to communicate, conflict.
As a single mom who tried with her co-parent for quite some time, I can say that I agree that a 2-parent household is what every child deserves, but it has to be a healthy, happy 2-parent household. And I don't believe that we should stay in relationships and in homes that we don't want to be in, that we're not happy in, that's not healthy, that is toxic for the sake of the children and having children together. I think that staying in a situation that you're not happy in does more harm than good. Whether you're arguing in front of them or not, they can feel when mommy or daddy is not okay. They can feel that. Your child deserves a 2-parent household that is healthy and happy. So if that means that child has a bonus mom or bonus dad, that is okay. Normalize blended families. Normalize 2 healthy, happy homes versus 1 unhealthy.
I'm glad I'm at the age I'm understanding a lot of things when it comes to relationships with women and relationships with your homies and all that shit. You see those with fathers and those that don't have fathers. The ones that don't have fathers usually do have a hard life because they come from a single parent home. Also, the ones that came from a 2-parent home with their father present also can come from the same fucking man. Because a lot of y'all be flexing the type of dad that you have, and he don't even be knowing you. He don't even be knowing your birthday. Hell, your daddy don't even be knowing your favorite fucking color. Only thing that you can really flex about your dad is that he's giving you money. To a person that's coming from a single parent home, hey, because at least that person that's coming from a single parent home, that parent can recall and remember almost everything about their damn child. You coming from a 2-parent home, your daddy don't even remember the damn year you was born.
And if we want to throw some numbers out there, like 14 million households in the United States are ran by single mothers versus 2 million households that are ran by single fathers.
Shout out to all the single mothers out there.
Single mothers are literally the worst parents on the entire planet. That's the first thing. And statistics back that. So over 70% of young men that grow up under a single mother in particular, end up in prison. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, 68% of young women that grow up under a single mother in particular end up a single mother herself. But
I think I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, and I literally don't care because I've been seeing so many of these videos online and they're irking my soul. But when people talk about solo parenting in the context of like, oh, solo parenting, I understand what it's like to be a single parent. No, you don't. No, you don't. Dealing with like your children and the home and all of those like responsibilities, dealing with that and having to do like bath time routine and all that kind of stuff like by yourself because like your partner is out at work does not equate single parenthood. You don't understand, okay? Being a single parent means you have to make the money and do bath time. You have to do every single thing, and you don't have help, you don't have support. You do it all. So I really, it's like insensitive when people compare the two. Solo parenting can be hard, okay? But it is not compared to being a single parent. It's just the two are not equal.
All I can say, some kids are made out of love and some kids are made out of hookup sex. There's hookup sex kids running wild everywhere. Now, what I can say is, when a kid is involved, you guys gotta set aside, even if you guys are not getting along and it has to be a single parenting, just make sure both homes are, comfortable enough and to raise the kid with morals and the right things. The kid can, at least grow, because in these times, having a full committed relationship, it doesn't seem to be like the easiest thing to do due to social media and a whole lot of other stuff to involve. But you guys, let me know down below what you guys think, and leave your comments, and I'll definitely reply to your comments. And if you want to speak on this conversation live on my morning show, it's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Love you guys, and till next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe,